Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I am your boy CDubb, holding it down on another episode of Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. Today we're gonna talk about who's gonna be in on this team next year. We're gonna run through the list and we're gonna see who gonna make it. Who gonna be a Chicago Bull next year? Let's see. But before we get into that, guys, I want to thank all of you guys for all the support. Next goal is 7,900 subscribers. Appreciate all the love you've been giving us. So the Chicago Bulls got an important offseason. I think every team in the NBA has an important offseason. And I want to know who's going to be on this team next year. I think it's going to be relatively the same, but let's get our predictions as who's going to be on this team next year. And I want to start. Hold on for a second. Let's move that over. Okay, let's start with Josh Giddey. Obviously, Josh Giddey has a contract. He's an unrestricted free agent this summer coming up. So, I believe that Josh Giddey will sign an extension with the Bulls for somewhere between $30 and $35 million a year. So, let's go ahead and say that Josh Giddey will be a part of this team next year. Kobe White still got 2 years on his contract. I love Kobe White. There is a slight possibility he's used in some type of trade, but highly unlikely to me. Kobe White will be a Chicago Bull next year. Trey Jones. He came over here in that Zach LaVine trade, him, Herter, and Zach Collins. He has been a major contributor since he landed in Chicago. As soon as he stepped foot on the court, I would say that Trey Jones will be a Chicago Bull next year. It's unfortunate that he got that injury later in that season, last season. Catfish. This shit says provides depth at the point guard position. He provides depth to the bench. Like literally adding depth to the bench, like keeping the bench weighed down. That's what I say. If I had it my way, Catfish will be gone. So I'm going to predict it. I'm going to just be really biased and say, you seen the last of Catfish. I hear y'all celebrating. But don't take my word for it. He needs to be gone. Catfish is gone. Lonzo Ball. We got him on the low. I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this. But when he was in the lineup, the Bulls clicked. Defensively, they moved the ball. Y'all know his basketball IQ. I'ma say Lonzo Ball will be a Chicago Bull next year. But I leave out the possibility as used as a trade piece to add on to a trade. So next is Ayo Dosunmu, one of my favorite players on this team. Actually, one of my favorite players in the league. Not just because he's from Chicago. I've been watching his journey from Illinois. Shout out to Ayo Dosunmu. Hope you get better off that shoulder injury. It ain't no doubt in my mind that Ayo Dosunmu will be a Chicago Bull next year. Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter kind of wishy-washy, bro. He wishy-washy. You know? He can get hot for a couple games and then he get cold for a couple games. You know, I remember him in Atlanta. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think he wildly inconsistent. I think we can find a shooter better in the draft or in free agency after the draft or during the draft or whatever. I'ma say my first casualty, Kevin Herter. Well, it's the second casualty, Catfish. He got to go. But Kevin Herter, I think, will not be a Chicago Bull next season. THT, they say add versatility to the guard rotation. THT, man, bro. I don't know what THT can do, bro, because he playing musical chairs with his career. Shout out to him for being in the league this long without a defined role on any team that he's been on. I'm going to say THT will not be a part of this roster next year. He's going to go play for his 38th team next season. He is an NBA player. He can buy you some time. But when it comes to the finished product, he will never be the part of a finished product on any NBA team. And that's some hating ass shit to say, but it's the real thing to say. THT will not be on this team next year. Dalen Terry, one of my favorite players on this team. I love his hard work. I love his intensity. He's just a hustler, man. Dalen Terry will be on this team next season. I know I see y'all out there. Stop hating on Dalen Terry. He is going to be a part of, this is just my personal opinion, he is going to help us win some important games in the future. It may not be next year. It might not be the year after that. Dalen Terry will make some crucial plays for Chicago Bulls in the future. Yes, Dalen Terry will be on this team. Jameer Young, he came in at the end, G League. I think he make an all-second team or something like that. He will not be with the Chicago Bulls next season. We ain't even gonna waste no time. Stop playing. Montez Buzelis. Ha! Do I need to keep going? Of course he'll be on this team. I don't even think I need to elaborate. He will be on this team. He's our rookie from last year. I hope he makes an all-rookie team. Julian Phillips, emerging as a promising young forward. He got all the gifts that you can have. Athleticism. He got a dog mentality. It's going to be tough keeping Dalen and Julian Phillips. I think this team is going to be relatively whole. Julian Phillips will not be a Chicago Bull next season. I'm just saying. If I had to pick between Dalen and Julian, I'm picking Dalen. He brings more talents. He got more tools in his toolbox. I'll take Dalen. Emmanuel Miller, nah. He'd probably be G League, something like that at the most. Emmanuel Miller, he came in at the end. I think he had one dunk for the Chicago Bulls this season. He played in the G League. Nah. Patrick Williams. Oh, P. Willie. Oh, Preparation H. Oh, motherfucker, Peppermint Patty. Y'all know Patrick Williams gonna be on this team next year. I don't even know what the hell y'all thinking. You know he gonna be on this team. We just paid this fool $18 million, $90 million contract, 18 a year. Patrick Williams will be on this team unless a magical trade somebody wants him. Nobody wants Patrick Williams. He'll be on this team. Who else we got? Jalen Smith will be on his team. He has depth in rebounding and scoring. He's a good shooter. Maybe a little bit too trigger happy, but I like him. He'll be a Chicago Bull next season. EJ Liddell. Not so sure about you, my boy. You might be on your way out. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and seal it. EJ Liddell will not be a Chicago Bull next season. Nick Vooch. Get him the hell out of here. He better not be on this team next season. There ain't no reason for it. The style of play has changed. He is the opposite of how you want to play the game of basketball. Nick Vooch will not be a Chicago Bull next season. And Zach Collins. Oh, Zach Collins came in. I was impressed with Zach. When we had him instead of Vooch, we was doing work. But as soon as Vooch come back, we start struggling to win. I like Zach Collins as a backup big or a starter if you need your young man, your athletic big that you draft out of this current draft that's coming up in a couple months. He can stay in that place until that young man gets ready. So I'm going to say yes to Zach Collins being a Chicago Bull next season. And that's it, bro. It's only like 4 of them that ain't going to be here. I told you it's going to be relatively the same. And with that being said, Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you punch that subscribe button if you haven't already. And man, bro, the Chicago Bulls, bro, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be sort of the same next year. We just gotta wait and see. I'll catch y'all on the next one for sure.